From the bustling streets of New York City, where the pace of life is relentless and the pursuit of success is never-ending, to the quiet villages of the Himalayas, where time seems to stand still and the simplicity of life offers a stark contrast, people everywhere long for happiness. This universal desire transcends cultures, languages, and borders. It is a quest that unites us all, regardless of our backgrounds or circumstances. We seek it in relationships, possessions, and experiences, believing that the next achievement, the next purchase, or the next adventure will finally bring us the joy we crave. But true and lasting happiness often feels elusive. Despite our best efforts, the satisfaction we find is often fleeting, leaving us yearning for more. What if the key to unlocking happiness has been with us all along, hidden within ancient wisdom? Throughout history, various cultures have explored the nature of happiness and the means to attain it. For centuries, Indian philosophy has offered profound insights into the human condition and the path to lasting peace. These teachings delve deep into the mind and spirit, offering guidance on how to live a fulfilling life. At the heart of these teachings lie the Four Noble Truths, a framework for understanding and overcoming suffering to find true happiness. These truths are not just philosophical concepts, but practical steps that can be applied in our daily lives. The first noble truth acknowledges the presence of suffering in our lives. It is an honest recognition that life is filled with challenges and difficulties. The second noble truth identifies the causes of this suffering, often rooted in our desires and attachments. These truths, first shared by Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, over 2,500 years ago, provide a practical guide to navigating the challenges of life and cultivating inner peace. The third noble truth offers hope, teaching that it is possible to overcome suffering and achieve a state of lasting happiness. The fourth noble truth outlines the path to this happiness, known as the Noble Eightfold Path. This path includes principles such as right understanding, right intention, and right action, which guide us towards a life of wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. They offer a way to move beyond temporary pleasures and discover the wellspring of joy that resides within us all. By embracing these ancient teachings, we can find a deeper, more enduring form of happiness that is not dependent on external circumstances, but arises from within. The first noble truth acknowledges a fundamental reality of life. Dukkha, often translated as suffering, unsatisfactoriness, or stress. This truth does not deny the existence of joy, love, or beauty in our lives. Instead, it encourages us to honestly acknowledge that life inevitably includes experiences of pain, loss, disappointment, and change. We get sick. We lose loved ones. Our plans don't always work out. Imagine a young child who receives a beautiful toy for their birthday. At first, the child is overjoyed, playing with the toy day and night. But over time, the novelty wears off. The child might become bored with the toy, wanting something new and different. Or perhaps the toy breaks, leaving the child feeling sad and disappointed. This simple example illustrates how even seemingly positive experiences can lead to suffering when our happiness is dependent on external conditions. The second noble truth sheds light on the cause of our suffering, tanha, often translated as craving, attachment, or desire. It suggests that our suffering arises not so much from the experiences themselves, but from our clinging to how we want things to be. We crave pleasure, security, and permanence in a world that is constantly changing. This clinging creates a sense of unease and dissatisfaction when our desires are not met, or when we inevitably face loss and disappointment. Section 5. The third noble truth. Suffering can end. The third noble truth offers a message of hope. It is possible to end suffering. This truth is a beacon of light for those who feel trapped in the cycle of pain and dissatisfaction. It tells us that suffering is not an inevitable part of life, but rather a condition that can be transcended. This truth does not promise a life free from challenges or difficult emotions. Life will always present us with situations that test our resilience and patience. However, it teaches us that our response to these challenges can change. We can learn to face difficulties with a calm and balanced mind, reducing the suffering they cause. Instead, it points to the possibility of liberation from the suffering we create by clinging to our desires and aversions. By understanding the root causes of our suffering, we can begin to let go of the attachments that bind us. This process of letting go is not about renouncing the world, but about changing our relationship with it. This liberation comes from cultivating a deep understanding of the impermanent nature of all things and learning to find peace within ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. It involves a shift in perspective, where we see the transient nature of our experiences and learn to embrace the present moment with equanimity. Through mindfulness and meditation, we can develop this inner peace and resilience, leading to a life of greater joy and contentment. Section 6. The Fourth Noble Truth, the Path to the End of Suffering. The Fourth Noble Truth outlines the path to the end of suffering, the Noble Eightfold Path. This path, consisting of 8 interconnected principles, offers a practical guide to cultivating wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. By developing right understanding, thought, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration, we can weaken the grip of craving and aversion and cultivate a deep sense of peace and well-being. Section 7. Mindfulness in Everyday Life. The Four Noble Truths are not just abstract concepts. They offer practical guidance for daily living. These truths help us understand the nature of suffering and the path to its cessation. By integrating these teachings into our everyday routines, we can transform our lives in profound ways. We can apply the principle of mindfulness, a key element of the Eightfold Path, to become more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. Mindfulness encourages us to live in the present moment, fully experiencing each moment as it comes. This awareness allows us to break free from the autopilot mode of living and engage more deeply with our surroundings. This practice helps us recognize when we are clinging to desires or pushing away unpleasant experiences. By observing our reactions, we can understand the root causes of our suffering and begin to let go of unhealthy attachments. Mindfulness teaches us to accept things as they are, fostering a sense of inner peace and balance. By cultivating mindfulness, we develop the ability to choose how we respond to life's challenges with greater wisdom and compassion. This practice empowers us to act with intention rather than react impulsively. Over time, mindfulness can lead to a more fulfilling and harmonious life, where we are better equipped to handle stress and adversity with grace. Embracing mindfulness in our daily lives not only benefits us individually, but also enhances our relationships and communities. Section 8. Finding Peace Within. The Four Noble Truths remind us that true happiness is not found in external circumstances, but within ourselves. By letting go of our attachments and cultivating inner peace, we can experience joy and contentment regardless of life's ups and downs. This inner peace allows us to approach challenges with greater resilience and compassion, both for ourselves and others. Section 9. Living a Life of Purpose. By embracing the wisdom of the Four Noble Truths, we can live a life of greater purpose and meaning. We can cultivate a deep appreciation for the preciousness of life and dedicate ourselves to alleviating suffering in the world around us. Through acts of kindness, compassion, and understanding, we can contribute to creating a more peaceful and just world for all beings.